Hey everybody, it's Mike Carpino back again with another Cambridge real estate market update for the month of July 2024. If you've been waiting for your update, grab a coffee, sit down, and let's go over the numbers here together. As you know, if you're paying attention to the real estate market anywhere in the Greater Toronto Area or in the Waterloo region, the numbers over the last few months have not been the most ideal. The real estate market has significant troubles right now just getting the wheels turning. The Bank of Canada has tried to do their best by getting back-to-back rate cuts on the board, but we have not seen the buyer activity that we've been hoping for over the last couple months. So what are we going to see going forward? We're going to dive into that after we get over the stats here. If you want to talk real estate one-on-one with me, if you're looking to make that transition from the GTA to the Waterloo region, text me at the number here on screen. We can get started on our journey here together. And if you're not interested in making a move from GTA to Waterloo, but you just want to keep up to date, don't forget, subscribe to the channel and we can keep you up to date on the monthly market analysis and the most recent news articles that are hitting the airwaves in the real estate market across Ontario. So without further ado, let's get into the market overview for July 2024. Now, July was definitely an interesting month. We had 1,391 new listings actually hit the market, which is a 16% increase from July of last year. So it's a 28% increase, which is quite significant when we're looking at the year-over-year numbers. I'm not always too concerned about the year-over-year numbers, but because we've had a lot of issues in the market, we're going to analyze those as well. So we saw 1,391 new listings hit the market this month, which is a 16% increase year over year. And if you're looking at the 10-year horizon, it's a 28% increase. So it is quite substantial, almost 30% increase in that 10-year time span. And it's turning into quite a buyer's market right now. So if you're actually looking to purchase something, you're gonna have a lot more inventory out there to choose from, and that's ultimately just gonna be better for you as the buyer. Now, if you're looking to sell a property right now, we've got a whole different conversation to have. We have to have that discussion of what value does your home have over all the other homes that you might be currently competing with? Does your home have some standout features? Maybe you have a newly renovated kitchen, bathrooms, maybe you have a pool. What makes your home stand out that you can sell it in this market a little bit easier than just a generic property that's out there? So that's what's going to get your home sold quicker. If not, you need to prepare for a longer time frame on the market. It might be 30, it might be 60 days, depending on where you're located. Now, the next thing we want to talk about is some of the trends. So the benchmark home price, it did slightly dip 2.9% to $743,100. And last month, we also saw a slight dip of 1.6%. So we've seen a back-to-back dip in this benchmark price, which is just putting us further and further in these buyers market here. It's not surprising. We have just come off of June and July. We're in August currently, and summer is generally slow in the real estate market, regardless of what's going on, depending on what the economic conditions are. It may be slower than it's been in the past, but we're hoping we see a little bit of an uptick in movement come September. It sounds like we might have another rate reduction on September 4th as well, which would hopefully get the wheels turning in the market, but we haven't seen it happen over the past two, so maybe the fall market will be what we've been looking and waiting for since January, because we haven't had a good market this year at all. We didn't get the spring, we've got our summer slow market, that's for sure, and hopefully we get a little bit of an uptick in the movement in the fall so we can clear out some of this inventory that's really sitting around. There's a lot of sellers right now who want to move their property. They're just not getting the offers from the buyers. Their home might look great, but if the buyers can't qualify or if the buyers aren't ready to pull the trigger because they're hesitant, there's not much you can do at that point. If you're getting people through the door, you just need somebody to be able to pull the trigger and be happy with the home that they're looking at. Now, when it comes to the actual dynamics of the market, what does all of this actually mean for you? The market right now is balanced to a certain point. There's new listings coming up daily. We have a 46% new listing ratio month over month, and obviously that buyer's market is here. However, affordability is the biggest challenge. We have challenges right now in the affordability sector because even if you make $100,000 and you're going to get your mortgage approval, you might only get approved for $350,000 to $400,000 on the mortgage side of things, and you can't buy something for $350,000 to $400,000. What that means is you're going to have that remainder in a down payment, and not a lot of people are going to have that kind of substantial income saved up and ready to pull the trigger. When it comes to the regional aspect of the market update, we're talking Waterloo region, so Kitchener-Waterloo. it's very, very similar across the board. Price growth has been great here over the last 10 years, but we are seeing it slow across the board. Kitchener, we do have some townhouses and some condos that are moving a little bit quicker than Cambridge, but not all that much. A couple days difference when it comes to the two. So obviously we've got that benchmark price in the 740 range. That's important for us to keep in mind. But really what this market update is for is to let you guys know that the market is still slow. We are still in a buyer's market. We are getting more and more in a buyer's market. And if you're a buyer in today's market, this is your opportunity. If you can afford to get into something, this might be the best time, especially if you can find that seller who really is desperate to sell their property. They really want to move their home. This might be the opportunity for you to get a fantastic deal. Now that we know it's a buyer's market, there's some stats that I want to actually mention that are important for everybody to know. So we're going to go over a little bit of data here based on the listing prices from last month to this month. So we've seen the average single family home go from an $877,000 average list price in the month of June to an $800,000 average list price in the month of July. So we've seen sellers really start to understand that the market is not what it was, and they're coming down in their average list price to get their home sold. On the condo side of things, we averaged a $574 average list price last month. We came down to $502,000. Townhouses, we've got the story that continues. $738,000 was the average list price for a townhouse. We've come down to $705,000. So in these categories, what does this tell us? This tells us that the sellers are understanding that the market is becoming more buyer heavy. They're going to need to make these adjustments. So we've got three categories that have all followed suit. Lower list prices on average based on the last 30 days. I would say August stats are going to look very similar. Hopefully we don't see the prices continue to fall in the Waterloo region, but it's something that you have to keep in mind. If you want to chat about this, if you want to discuss your Waterloo property, text me at the number here on screen. If you want to have a one-on-one appointment with me, feel free. The first link in the description, you can book a one-on-one client consultation, and we can talk about the real estate market face-to-face over Zoom or in person if you'd prefer. Thanks so much for watching this Cambridge market update for July 2024. See you in the next video. Bye for now.